Hey YouTube, so the community has chosen, and the replacement for the Silvertone Samick made Silvertone 1303 reissue, which our former winner from our big guitar giveaway, and guitar got to him nice and safe and clean, and he's enjoying it, so very successful with that. And so we decided as a community to replace it with this Indio Jazzmaster style DLXPLUS. And you can check out, I've got a side-by-side review of it, looking at it versus a little bit more expensive, but not by a huge margin, Squier Affinity level Jazzmaster. This down here at the end there, and beautiful burgundy mist, and they were, it was true competition. The Indio proved a very, very solid challenger to the the king of budget offset back there, the Affinity Squier Jazzmaster. And this has some features that actually lacks, including a nice gig bag and the old style tremolo system. So hang with me here as I'm gonna show you this guitar and also talk about the giveaway itself and the spirit of it, and what I could really use some help in promoting it and getting word out that we're doing it. We're doing it differently than the last one, so stay tuned as we talk about this guitar giveaway and take a look at this feature as we add it to the giveaway choices. So before we take a look at this guitar and what it offers to the choices, let's just talk a quick minute about the giveaway itself. So I'm a small developer, guitar channel developer, and you can look at, I've got all sorts of introduction to the channel videos. You can see what I'm trying to produce here, what I'm trying to create as a community. And basically I got out of music ministry last summer, and as I was in the what do I do now phase, I decided to step into, I had already been reverbing a lot and doing, local sales and instruction and stuff, but I'm in a very rural area, so a localized company didn't make any sense, and even reverb was doing good, but that's not really my strength. My background is as an academic, and I was a college professor for a decade, and in ministry and so forth, and so breaking down things and explaining it, and I'm very detail oriented, and so my reviews tend to get very detail oriented in terms of keeping your expectations according to the cost level, because I'm very big into budget gear and so forth, but being just honest and authentic with what I have in my hands and trying to explain that to you. And so that's been the orientation. I've got some instructional videos, and I've experimented with a few different things in the channel, like some jam tracks and stuff, but the giveaway is an attempt to monetize, just to be completely honest. It's a very rough road to monetization, and I have a video you can see about some things that when I was first doing the videos, I was just doing them absolutely just for fun, kind of to see, and I was like, well, let me actually try making a go of this. And I was looking at the metric hurdles and so forth, and well, let's make a run for it. But there's some things I just didn't understand about things like how they count, which watch hours count towards monetization, which don't, and it's very hard to get people to subscribe, because I don't like hearing the please subscribe, mercy please. I don't like seeing that, and so I don't really put a lot of that into my channel, because it's just, I get it. We all get the whole thing with subscription, but it's very hard to get people to subscribe and to get them involved in. We're in an oversaturated market, and I'm competing with 1,000 other guitar channels for your time. So I get it all. It's just trying to make that push. One of the realizations I had along the way is that guitar channels end up, especially when you start getting your metrics pushing and moving, you start getting lots of gear. And I heavily invested into the gear, and so far haven't made, a dime. I'm way in the hole, but, investing into it, I try to think of it like a farmer investing in, you got to get a tractor, you got to get a field, you got to get, your crop going and so forth. And so, and then eventually you reap what you sow and so forth. So I'm just working on the sowing right now, just working on, planting that field. And one of the realizations is, I don't need 100 guitars. I don't even need the 50 or so that I have right now. And so I'm going to start doing regular gear giveaways. And weekly we're going to start doing chats just live stream chats. I'm calling it Manic Mondays because that's my most frazzled day, and just, you know, hang out, talk about what's happening, and it's a great place for you guys to give me ideas for things you want to see and so forth. And we're going to do little giveaways because I'm also a Amazon Vine Gold reviewer, so I get a lot of stuff. I don't need all this stuff, and I get stuff just purely to review, and some of it I add to my permanent collection, but the rest of it I can pass forward to the community and so forth. And so that's the idea. But for this specific giveaway, my idea was, rather than just doing the lottery raffle, everybody gets a number and I just pull the number out of the electronic hat on my random number generator on my phone, I said, you know, I would love to, like, rather than making this just a random thing, I'd love to really hone in on somebody that could really, really benefit from being gifted a guitar. And because it's not just the guitar, I'll put accessories with it and talk with the winner about setting it up and getting it dialed into their preferences and make sure that it is all ready to go. And I'm very meticulous in my shipping processes and everything to make sure that it is set up, oiled and ready, and so the winner could take it out and really benefit from it. And so, and not just the, you know, the idea of a person themselves, but if somebody has somebody that they would like to gift this to. And so what we were doing is having people share their narratives about why they or someone that they know that they would like to gift this to would be, you know, benefited by this. And so the community, what I need, everybody that's like, hey, I'm good, I've got guitars, I don't need a guitar. Right? People that want to just support the idea of it. What I need is, again, that push for subscriptions and watch hours and so forth. That's, you know, just checking out my channel does me a great deal of good. Just watching through a playlist of my videos or something like that does me a tremendous service and really helps to push towards monetization, because as the channel gets more successful, then I can be more generous with my giving. Right now it's purely giving out of, you know, just my indebtedness to the credit system that be. But you know, as we move forward and as that tide turns and we get above the metrics and become successful and so forth, I can pass that forward, because I'm not a money grubbing sort of guy. I'm generous as a person, and I would love to be able to share the gift of music with other people. And so the more that I'm successful, the more that I can share with the community. And so that's what we need right now. Is and I'm not a good self-promoter. It's just not in my nature. I don't like to talk about myself as much as I love to talk. I don't like to promote myself out there. And so helping to get the channel word out in whatever ways that you do, by word of mouth or, you know, social media or whatever, tremendously helps me. And metrics wise, one of the things that will help a great deal is that if you see my video come up, even if you're not going to watch it right now, just click on it. Even if you only watch 3 seconds of it, it puts it in your click through list. And that greatly helps the metrics, because a great deal of this is fighting the algorithm, and it's an uphill battle, and it's shifting sands, because there's no just one target that you clearly say, okay, everybody needs to do this. It's the algorithm. It's a new, like, neo-mysticism in trying to understand what's going on with it. So I just focus on the content, but I need help in promoting with click-throughs and repostings and all of that stuff. I really am not good at doing for myself, and in a real sense, I'm limited in what I can do to self-promote without just paying into the algorithm, which I'm not going to dig that hole even deeper. So these are the things that you guys can do. If you're interested in helping this giveaway, I need watch hours, I need subscriptions, and I need click-through rates. These are the things that will help to get the metrics up so that the channel can succeed. We can start turning the tide of all the debt that I've accrued in doing all of this and so forth, and become successful. That's the ultimate goal. And being successful as a channel, I can be more generous to the community. All right, so now that you have a sense of what's going on with the giveaway and so forth, let's talk about the replacement. Now you can check out, I got that Silvertone U2 right at the beginning phases of, like, actually trying to get this channel going and push to success on YouTube and all of that good stuff. So I got this, it was a Silvertone reissue of the 1303, the U2 style guitar, very similar to the Dan Electro. There's a cluster of guitars that were all co-developed in that era. Really, really cool guitar, and I got it as a liquidation special from Pro Audio Star, and I got it, you know, for the channel and to review, and I ended up getting in touch with the current owners, so check out, I've got a video about what's going on with, you know, what's the future of Silvertone guitars, and, you know, prayers for the people in Los Angeles being ravaged by the wildfires, but hopefully, you know, hopefully it's safe for NAMM. I hope they keep safety first, but NAMM should be able to be happening here in about a week. So hopefully all that, if NAMM goes through and everything happens, Silvertone is planning on announcing their rebirth with RBI Music. So check all that out. Cool stuff. But it was excellent choice, and the winner got the guitar. I did a video wrapping it up, so you can check out how I store and ship guitars, and got them in perfect condition. And I just sold, because I do still have a reverb store, which I'm actually going to lean back into because I've got to do some liquidation of my collection. But I just sold a nice Michael Kelly Patriot, and I had it, you know, stored, but I did my, you know, OCD method, slight detuning, and, you know, a good polish and oil, light oiling of everything, and then wrap it up in plastic and then put it in a gig bag and all that good stuff. And it stored just fine, and it made it to him in perfect condition. Guy loves it. Everybody's happy. So so check that out as well. So this guitar here, I got mainly because I got a good, you know, snagged a good deal on Amazon, and these retail, I believe, at about 200-ish range. You know how the prices kind of come and go on Amazon. I believe I got this around 150 or so. So similar price to what you would expect to pay for a used Squier Affinity, which is what I compared it to. So, you know, the Squier Affinity retails a little more. I believe they're at more like 300, but, you know, with sales and everything being what they are, they're not a huge category of difference. But you can check out the side-by-side I did. But this is, as I said in that review, this is a very competent guitar for being budget and, you know, essentially off-brand. I mean, there's no, you know, serial number or anything. It just has the QC Pass sticker on it, and otherwise doesn't say Indio or anything anywhere. And, you know, it's seemingly small thing, but it is a marker of that threshold into, like, real, you know, like the Squiers all have, you know, made in and every, you know, headstock stamped on. Anyway, it's just one of those things you look at for quality and price and so forth. But given all those caveats in terms of it being a very budget-minded model, it's actually a super cool guitar. And you can see it's got a beautiful, the thing I found most impressive was the body. The body is very nicely sculpted, beautiful. It's, you know, basically equivalent to the Lake Placid Fender. And it's got just a excellent vintage vibe. It's got the larger true Jazzmaster style tremolo versus the Affinity that I've got has the Strat style. This is nicer, and with the, you know, barrel saddles and everything, and it's a little different. Like they tweaked the design in just this regard, that they've got the P90 styles in it rather than the soap bars. And so they're very similar. They're basically, you know, competition, but the soap bar Jazzmaster style is the Fender fat wound, and the P90 is the Gibson style fat wound. So very similar footprint in terms of pickup and so forth. So, you know, but very cool guitar. It is very cool. And ultimately, the decider for me between this and the Squier was that the Squier had a nicer neck. And this one, you can hear, it's still a little tacky. The coat on the neck is a little thick, and it needs buffing and so forth, but totally competent guitar. So, you know, this is the choice of the community, and it edged out. The runner-up was a Jackson Dinky archtop natural finish that I got with a little bit of shipping damage where it had a small crack in the neck, and I did a repair video. So if you've got any little neck cracks, you know, not the thing broke off and the head came off, but we're talking just little cracks, which are relatively common for guitars that, you know, get gigged a lot and so forth. So you can check out my video on how to address small neck cracks, easily repaired with some glue and clamps. So this is the choice, and you know, go check out my video, and I can do a follow-up on this with a more in-depth look at it, and you know, looking at the tones and so forth. But check out the video comparing this to the Squier. I think it gives a pretty good evaluation of it. And again, this is a very competent guitar. I was very impressed with it. And generally speaking, my opinion on budget guitars having accessories is that I would rather the little bit of money they put in accessories go into the guitar itself, which is, you know, like Squier and Epiphone, generally speaking, don't ship with any accessories for that reason. And of course, they're, you know, corporate and everything. But given that, you know, that's my general perspective, I was still impressed with this gig bag. Was actually one of the nicer, you know, for a budget level guitar. Very nice gig bag. And not quite as nice as the one that really surprised me on the gig bag was, check out, I've got a review of a $100 Ashthorpe SSS Strat Style, and for being a $100 special, the gig bag was very nice. Like, it was surprisingly nice, and it was a competent, you know, very decent guitar. And I've been in touch with Ashthorpe since then. Real nice folks. But so this is going to be the new edition there. Nice JM style. Particularly, again, the thing that's most nice about this is the body. If somebody was really wanting to level this guitar up, I'd say maybe replace the neck. And but the body and everything is excellent. Great playability. Really an excellent guitar. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Get the word out about the channel. I really am enjoying the community, and come hang out with us on Monday nights as we do Manic Mondays, and we can just, you know, decompress after a Monday. So thank you all, and you just have a wonderful day.